Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back to Getting Messy Wednesday with Tisa, Dollie, Amy, and myself. As always, I will have all of their links listed in my description box, so be sure to check out their videos. And today I will be getting messy using inks. I will be doing some stamping on my layout as well as using inks later on for splatters. Along with it being Getting Messy Wednesday, I'm also adding in two challenges to this layout today. And the first would be to use an oversized photo on my layout, which would be a 4x6 or larger. And you can see this is slightly larger than the 4x6 photo here. I did print it out on an 8x10 photo paper. And I also need to use some metallics on this layout, which I will include using my title. And this was a challenge over at the Secret Not Secret Kit Club party this past weekend. And here I'll also be using a sketch, which is a challenge over at the Paper Issues Facebook group. So you can see that sketch has a circular element to the top left corner, and I will go ahead and work on that next. So I decided to go with that dotted pattern paper from the Field Trip collection by Shimelle for my background. And I'm going to cut out a semicircle from that Shimelle box of crayon collection. And that's the semicircle that would sit at the top left corner as it is in the sketch. Now I am using a Martha Stewart rotary cutter to cut out my circle. And I will go ahead and list all of the items I used today down in my description box. So here, just to add a little bit of dimension to my layout, I am going to go ahead and adhere my photo using these foam tape strips. Next up, I'm going to begin stamping on my layout. So today for my stamping, I will be using one of my favorite stamps, and that would be from Bo Bunny. Now with this stamp set, I get 4 different stitch styles, and I really love using this because I like the look of stitching on a layout, but I rarely ever do actual stitching on my layouts. So with this stamp set, I get the look and there's not a lot of work or time involved. As you can see here, I went ahead and just curved my stitching stamp on my stamp block just slightly, so that way I can go around that circle. And I'm gonna straighten it out, and that way I can add some stitching to the bottom of my layout and then right above my photo as well. So the photo that I'm documenting today is of my grandson, and here he's just fooling around with a Snapchat filter. And this is something he really loves doing, especially the ones with those really cute animal ears and so on. He loves using this filter, this app. And the filter that's on this photo today gave us the effect of 4 different filters on one photo. And it looks sort of like a photo strip, and I went ahead and just printed it out slightly larger, like I mentioned before, than a 4x6 photo. Now for the second part of that challenge to use the metallic on my layout, I am using metallic gold alphas to spell out part of my title, which reads "Love You're Happy," and then for the word smile, I'm using some black alphas with a little bit of gold in there as well. And you can see I'm adding some of those little arrows from that same alpha sticker sheet to the top of my photo. So here I'm going to add a banner to the top right corner. And to get a really even and nice curve, I will use my Fiskars alignment ruler. And for the ends of my banner, instead of bows, I decided to go ahead and use some brads. Now these triangles are from a sticker sheet, a Pink Fresh Studios sticker sheet, and it is part of my stash kit that I put together at the beginning of September. And if you'd like to check out that kit, see what I started with, I will go ahead and link that down below. So I decided that my little triangles were not standing out enough, and I'm just gonna go ahead and outline each of them using this black Sharpie pen. And here I'm gonna begin working on a cluster at the lower left corner of my photos. Now on my community tab here on YouTube, I asked about a month ago what you guys would like to see me use on my next mixed media layout for Let's Get Messy Wednesday. And I had a request for gelatos, which I did on my previous layout, and I also had a request for stamping from both Virginia and Sue, so I'm doing the stamping today. Now I will go ahead and add another poll on my community tab for what you'd like to see me use on next month's Let's Get Messy Wednesday. So be sure to check out that post on my community tab, and to find that, you just go to my homepage here on YouTube, and on the top there are tabs that says home, videos, playlists, community, and so on. Just click on community and you'll see that post there. So here I'm just finishing up with this embellishment cluster to the top of my photo. And you can see some of the embellishments that I added today. I used some foam tape behind it, and that just gives a little bit more dimension to the layout. And now I'm going to be using this acrylic ink from Liquitex, and I will add the exact color that I used down below in my description box. And I am going to be using this for splatters. Now once I used my fan brush, which I love for splatters, I realized that it was not showing up enough because the background is so busy with all of those dots already. So I decided to go in with my dropper instead, and you can see I got those really huge splatters, but I absolutely love how it turned out. And here I'm just adding in a little bit more stamping using a button stamp from that same stamp set with the stitching. Here I'm going to add some of these puffy stickers in blue, and I'm just going to add them to my clusters. And I got a lot of the Pink Fresh Studios used up on this layout today because of the color scheme. And I'm really happy because I had those in my layout, in my stash for quite a while now. So here, as usual for me, I decided at the last moment to go ahead and mat the entire layout, and I choose to mat it on a black cardstock. Of course, I had to cut off about a ½ inch off two sides, so I lost some of the stitching that I had previously on the bottom. So I went ahead and added that stitching back in. So I decided to go ahead and add a pop of yellow behind my photo just to have it stand out a bit. I sort of felt like it was blending in with my background. Even though it is a large photo and you definitely could see it on my layout, I just felt it was blending in. And I went ahead and added that yellow all around, and I added a banner over my photo as well. And here I'm just going to bring in a little bit of that yellow to that lower left cluster, and I also add a tiny bit to the top right cluster right next to my banner. Now once I'm done adding in this strip of yellow, I will give you guys a close-up look at my layout. So I hope you guys enjoyed this process today with this stamping, and I am gonna be sharing another Get Messy layout with you guys next month for October. So be sure to let me know what mixed media products you would like to see me use on that layout. Don't forget, go over and check out Dollie, Tisa, and Amy as well. Their links are down in my description box. And I want to thank you all for watching today. So until my next video, bye.